Hey guys,
Hello.
we're back with our second part of our series on success. This part we'll be talking about fear of success. I'm here again with my friend Naeema.
Hi.
I'm gonna let her start off again. No.
Fear of success. I find that a lot of people in many communities, the Jewish community, the African American community, the Asian community, a lot of people don't become successful or reach their full potential of success because of fear. And one of the things that I feel holds them back is not knowing their worth because of fear. And when I thought about this, I was thinking in terms of slavery, mental bondage, what your ancestors went through. Not just black people, because black people were not the only ones that were enslaved. Jewish people were too, and the bondage that followed your family and from your ancestors, not feeling like you have worth, not feeling like you should have more than, or the fear that comes from being who you are because of what your parents have instilled in you, or what your church believes, or what a person has told you maybe you're never going to be anything, and that's where you stay. That's what you have stuck in your mind, and you're not stepping out because of fear of that actually happening.
Not knowing your worth because of fear. That does stem from not having knowledge. Plain and simple. I'm not talking about not going to school and reading your textbooks. I'm talking about not having knowledge about everyone around you and the people around you and where it began, uh, leading up to where it is now. If you don't know the bondage, the mental bondage that your grandmother and your great grandmother went through, you won't understand why they say to you, you want to be a singer. Girl, you better go to college and try to be a lawyer or a doctor. Not saying that being a lawyer or a doctor is anything wrong, but being a singer is all right too. If that's what you want to do, if that's your dream, then you go for it. You go get it. But grandma and even mom sometimes, she's gonna say that's not attainable because of her fears, how she grew up and what she knew her life to be as a woman, um, or grandpa, dad as a man of whatever he came from in that time period he or she came from. So, not knowing your worth because you're afraid to go and find out about who you are in this world and what you are supposed to bring to it.
Fear what people will think about you. Fear what your family will think about you. What the church will think of you.
Yeah, those are all big things, definitely. And that leads to failure to thriving because you might have a wish. I wish I could be the next TD Jakes, Tyler Perry, Beyonce, the next who? Madonna, the next whoever you want to be. You know, but that's not my life. I'm from the projects. I'm from the hood. you
What
know,
will my friends think of me? What will my
right.
homeboys think of me? They'll think I left them, or
hmm What will my family think of me? What will they think when I say I'm not going to go off to graduate school and become this whatever you thought that you wanted me to be? I'm going to go off and be a photographer. I'm going to go off and do something freelance. Anything freelance, ain't nobody mama trying to hear that. You know, you understand? No, I quit my job because I want to work for myself. Excuse me? Excuse me? You got bills, and you don't thrive that way. You don't. You don't thrive that way. That is living in fear. If you know that this is something that you want to be committed to, then you go do it. You go do it and you go get it. And you trust in the Lord that He will be there and provide for you whatever you need.
absolutely, absolutely, I agree. your parents can tell you you're going to school to become a doctor, and so many people will go to school to become a doctor, and becoming a doctor takes a long time. And you get to your 10th year in being a doctor, you're trying to figure out why you broke down, busted, and disgusted because you're depressed. Why you're depressed? Then you figure it out. I'm not happy. I never wanted to be a doctor. I don't even like blood. I don't even like people. Whatever it is, you don't want to live your life based on what someone else feels you should do. Because 9 times out of 10, they want you to do things that they couldn't do. Think about it.
Think about it.
They want to live their life vicariously through you. If you a boy and your daddy wants you to play football because he wants you to be the next NFL player, maybe he wanted to do it and he tried out and he just didn't make it. And he still is banking on living that life through you. Just saying. I don't know. I mean, maybe your dad wants you to play soccer because he wants to play soccer. He wants to go to all the soccer games. People have their own motives, and it might come from a good place, but you have to know deep down inside what's for you, what's going to make you happy, what you wake up in the morning and you're passionate about. You have to do it for yourself, because at the end of the day, it's your life, and the decisions that you make affect your life. The decisions that you make today affect your tomorrow and your happiness, whether or not you will be happy or whether or not you will be at peace in your life.
Right. I wanted to be me a singer. I did. I wanted to do it. But I did speak to my parents about it, and they were like, "You crazy. Not happening. Not in my house. It's not how we do. A singer? What? Huh? What? No." And it wasn't because they didn't think I can do it. It was because it was fear. It was fear of, that's not imaginable in my life. That's not something that I ever thought that would be a part of my life. So where do you get that from? What is that? How are you going to do that?
So their fear,
Jackie
their
up.
insecurities,
Right.
allowed them to have fear, and they projected their fear onto you because of their own insecurities. God bless them.
Pray for them now. But yeah, exactly. So that's a good example. If I had gone on to be a singer, would I be successful? With the drive that I have and who I am and how I feel about myself, yes, there was some things that I needed to learn. Probably be better off doing it now than I would have been at that age, 17, 18. But would I have been successful at it? Would I have been happy? I think so, especially after I learned who I wanted to be and what I wanted to be as a woman or as a person, separated from a singer or whatever, or entertainer, or whatever it is. But yes, those fears and those thoughts of just never ever imagining that could be a part of your life really can be put on your children, or your parents had those fears and they can be brought onto you and really affect. There's something that's called what is it, generational curse. And I'm not big on like curse. You did something and you're cursed and your children are cursed. But when you don't do something, or when you do something, there's always a cause and effect for things. So when you tell your children that no, that's not what we do, that's not who we are, then they stay in that mode for the rest of their life. And you might be hindering them from being who they're supposed to be. And that has to be out of fear, because I don't know any person who has a child or thinks of having children or who likes children or who sees a child anywhere that can say, no, the world is not yours. You can't do that. We don't do that over here. The world is not yours. Your lane is yours, and that's about it. So that has to be fair to me.
Absolutely. It absolutely is.
Yeah.
It absolutely is. An insecurity of some sort. Where it comes from, we don't know. We can probably determine where it comes from, but it's a fear.
Right. So the other part of fear of success, we talked about not knowing your worth, therefore not thriving, or aiming for the stars basically. And the third one is settling, right? So now that you don't know your worth, or you haven't tried, now you're gonna settle for what you really want big, but you're just gonna stay in this mediocre space and settle for the superficial things. So you're gonna look good, smell good, talk nice, but you ain't gonna be about nothing. That's really what that means to me.
Yeah. Well, superficial, settling for the superficial life, it reminds me of the term that I heard when I was little, keeping up with the Joneses. And to me, when I go outside, I might see 5 nice cars ride past. I'm talking about BMWs with rims on them. But these people that drive these cars are going to live in the house with their mamas and daddies. So they're not living on their own. Or they have to hide their car because they don't want their car to be repossessed. So they want to look good. They want to play the part, but there is something that is preventing them from going further, and that's why they're running from the repo man, or they're staying with their parents. That's superficial. If you delve deeper into your spirituality, into education, into thinking, into processing, and developing a plan for yourself, a plan that you're passionate about, and actually moving forward with your plan, executing your plan, then you will have more. You won't be focused on having a nice car. You'll have a house. You might have a Honda, a beat up Honda, but you have your own house to go home to, first and foremost. And you keep working your plan, then you have your nice car. In decency and in order, when you step out on faith, instead of allowing fear to restrict you, and settle for things that are superficial, on surface.
That's it. The true success is really looking within and making sure that you are taken care of from within to without, to on the outside. So when you take care of your inside, and I mean that's mental, spiritual, and physical, on the outside it's going to show. No matter what car, no matter what clothes, no matter what hairstyle, no matter what makeup, no matter what you have going on, it's going to show. When it shows, it's going to open up a different aspect of life, right? So that's true success. Superficial success is just the opposite. It's hiding and covering up your downfalls, or what you feel like are all flaws, instead of working through them and digging them up and cleaning yourself out and opening yourself to a different life. So that's, like I said, you look nice, you smell nice, you talk nice, you might have all the friends, you might have all the ladies, you might have all the men friends, all of that.
Yes.
But you have nothing. You have nothing of your own. You have no success. You have no claim to fame. Your claim to fame is really going to be, you had the best sugar daddy on the block. That's really how you living. Your claim to fame is, I have the best car on the block. I have to help my mama bring the groceries upstairs now to her refrigerator. Her refrigerator. Okay, so yeah, we all gonna have a claim to fame. We are. That's that's not a negative term in my book, but let that claim to fame be something positive, or be your own. Don't let it be someone else's.
Absolutely.
That's superficial. That's superficial success. Having a claim to fame that really doesn't belong to you.
And how are you really happy with yourself? How are you really happy with yourself when you have to hide the fact that you live with your parents? You have to hide the fact that you're hiding your car. You can't really drive your car where you want to drive your car because you're having financial problems. If you have financial problems, push through, acknowledge your problems, push through your problems. If you lose your car, you get back up on your feet, get it together, and you keep moving forward.
You can't fear success. You can't look at it as something that's never something that you can attain. It's not, you can get it. You can have it. You can get whatever it is that you want. And whatever it is that you were created to be here to do, you can do. You just cannot fear it. Because fearing it will drive you away from it. And I mean, you want to say any last things about
fear? Is the exact opposite of faith. So anybody who claims that they have a personal relationship with God, anybody who claims that they have faith, they have mustard seed faith. Fear is procrastination. Faith is action. Fear is making excuses as to why you're not doing something, or moving towards the plan that God has for you, or moving towards the goals that you have set for yourself. And faith is taking action and executing the plans that you set forth to reaching your goals.
Right. You know what, to add on that, I don't want people to think that you only have to be a believer or whatever it is that you think to have faith. I have met people that really don't have a great relationship with God. My personal view on it is something totally different about that, but they have such faith. It's so crazy. They might not call it faith. They might say that, I'm gonna go get her. No, you have faith. Sorry to let you know, but you have faith, and you do what you have to do to get through and do the right things for your life so you can be successful. So don't only take it as we're preaching here, but also take it as we're preaching here. You understand?
The church say amen.
Hallelujah. So guys, thank you for watching this series. This is the second part, and we have one more part coming to you, and I really hope that you are enjoying this. Leave us the comments. You want to write us anything, our information will be below. Any way to contact us, it'll be below. And again, I want to thank Naeema for coming.
Thank you.
And talking.
Thank y'all for having me
on this success series, so we can all be successful.
All right, now.
All right, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Take care. Goat.
That'll definitely be the blooper.
Sorry, I didn't edit that out. But anyway, success.
All right. Take a drink on that.
It's recording?
Yeah. All right. All right. Whew.